Now some of you may be wondering, what the hell is this thing? Right? This thing, this incredibly queer thing, is a Mistralaire, made by, or labeled Mistral, made by TAT. Extremely odd. Let's see, you start with a preheat fluorescent light. The pull chain only controls the light. Then you look up. There's the motor housing. Then you see this silly column. Right? You're thinking, what the hell is this? Yeah, this is a plastic column that conceals the J-hook and downrod. And it's designed to mount flush to the ceiling. You see, we have skinny arch end blades. The fan is a 48-inch span. The blades are supposed to be walnut, however, in this case the blades have been painted over some fugly shade of green. So, now you're wondering, where the hell's the fan switch? Yeah, where the bloody hell is the fan switch? Thinking, oh, pull chain only controls the light, right? Oh, wall control? Nope. So, how do you control the fan? Notice the finial. Notice this silly finial. Right. Not a finial, actually. What it actually is the variable speed control and the fan's off switch. The trim pot in the control is set very low. So you're left with aesthetic lows such as this. Let's turn up just a notch. Since it's a solid state control, the fan is a bit loud. Obviously. Now in the motor housing is the cast iron yoke, since this is a spinner fan. Attached to the yoke are two transformers for the two circle-line fluorescent bulbs inside the globe. One of them is burnt out or something, I'm not quite sure. Either way, it's not working, so yep. Up another notch. And because it's a TAT, it's a bit loud on its own, not just because it's solid state variable speed. And the column isn't really helping the matter because vibrations and such. Let's put it up to full blast. Uses a cast iron motor, which, like most early spinners, is an industrial motor. So it makes the skinny blades fly. Has a bit of wobble, which I still need to weed out. Shouldn't be too difficult to fix. I'll turn it off. This model is very rare. As far as I'm aware, as to this point, only 5 of these have surfaced. 3 of them showed up a while back with a Tiffany globe, same finish. And then just today I stumbled across 2 of these. With a regular globe. Bearings have a little bit of noise, but it's slight and it's smooth. So it's probably just your typical dry bearing noise. If you think about it, with the column it almost looks like some Ron Rozek abomination. If you don't know who that is, that was one of the chief designers of the Beverly Hills Fan Company, now known as the Modern Fan Company. He made some very, very odd designs, many of which included columns for downrods. Now, this fan probably dates to the early 80s, maybe late 70s, but more than likely early 80s. Every fan made around this time, or most of these fans made around this time period, were reproductions of some antique. If I had to guess, I would say this one was a reproduction of a very odd 5-blade R&M, Robbins Myers antique from the 30s, maybe 40s, which also had an integrated preheat fluorescent light just as this one does. So, take that for what you will. I also have one of these new in the box. It says this fan is designed specifically for an 8-foot ceiling. Judging by the presence of the column, that's probably why. I imagine the gaudy nature of this design meant very few of them actually sold, leading to its subsequent rarity. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but the blades, like I said, they're painted over like some fugly green. They're supposed to be walnut. So, just in case you were wondering. And there you have it. A very, very, very queer Mistral tat.